Caribbean American News Media, your Tuesday night power hour. Live every Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and GVV TV channel 115. Join your host, Garfield Olliver, as he dives deep into the latest inclusion developments, regional affairs, and global issues that matter to you. From politics to the economy, community stories to international headlines, we cover it all with real talk and real insights. Stay informed, get the facts, be part of the conversation. Don't miss out. Set your reminders, share with your friends, and tune in. Caribbean American News Media, the news you report.
Malwat.
Caribbean.
Why them Lucian so make them this?
Sui pui.
Some 2.5%
HCSL thing
is a tax vibe. So what that have to do with people getting meg? But just now, to me them people paying VAT already.
Exactly. The tax is calculated on the cost of goods. So one time the price go increase, Kuma. The Lucians end up paying more than 15%.
Mama!
Gasa, just imagine $100 go buy less groceries. People getting poor. Things like rent and utility bills go also increase, Gasa.
Real Malawi vibe?
All them things the people doing to stay healthy, like gym, healthy eating, and safety and security, go be harder to get because people ain't have money.
Partner, if them people ain't have enough money, they ain't go have leftover food for us to eat. The bins go be empty. Wow!
Things real happening to them Lucians. Look out for us again soon. We go show you all more. Malwat.
At the SLP's Conference of Delegates in Vieux-Fort, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre made a desperate attempt to rewrite history.
You will remember that the United Workers' Party only gave COVID support to NIC contributors.
This claim is absolutely false. The truth? In July 2020, under the UWP administration, 5,000 St. Lucians who were non-contributors of NIC received $500 per month for 3 months to help them survive the pandemic. Prime Minister Pierre knows the facts, yet he chose to lie to the nation. Why? To mislead and divide. St. Lucia deserves a leader who values integrity, one who speaks the truth, not one who tries to twist it. Pierre, pardon. We need real leadership, not deception.
Welcome to the Caribbean American News Media Show, your premier destination for in-depth coverage, engaging discussions, and entertaining segments showcasing the rich tapestry of Caribbean American culture. Join us as we explore a wide range of topics, from current events and community spotlights to arts, music, cuisine, and more. Our show features exclusive interviews with influencers, artists, community leaders, and everyday heroes who are making a difference in the Caribbean American community. Stay informed and inspired with our thought-provoking segments that highlight the diversity, resilience, and creativity within our community. Tune into the Caribbean American News Media Show for a captivating blend of news, entertainment, and storytelling that celebrates the Caribbean American experience. Get ready to discover new perspectives, celebrate successes, and connect with the heartbeat of the Caribbean American community. Don't miss a moment of the action. Stay tuned to Caribbean American News Media Show for an immersive viewing experience like no other. Hashtag Caribbean American News, hashtag show, hashtag cultural celebration. Welcome to the Caribbean.
Well, good night to all. Welcome to our Caribbean American News family. It is good to be back on set. We were out almost for 1 month, and it is a blessing. It is a blessing to be here with you here on the platform. It is the news you report. We invite you to share the live and tag a friend. As you come in, there is no place that you should be, of course, but here at Caribbean American News Media. Yes. So just bear with me. So share the live and tag a friend. A special good evening to all our brothers and our sisters. Special good evening to all. Yes, yes, yes. We're happy to be here with you on Caribbean American News. Yes, yes. Yes, my friends. Shed Alive tonight is going to be interesting. We have some firepower. I suspect that will be on. You know how the show goes. It can go in any direction. Yes, yes. Just bear with me, folks. Yes, my friends. So we have some evidence on set here tonight. So Shed Alive, Tiger Friend, folks. It is going to be blazing hot here on the platform, Shed Alive, and Tag a Friend. Folks, how was your day? Talk to me. How was your day? I see Miku is locked in to the house. How are you, Miku? Yes, Miku. Greetings. Greetings to all. Folks, I'm just trying to monitor everything. The system was just complaining a while ago. We're still trying to build this thing up, folks. So it is what it is. Yes, yes, yes. To our YouTubers, we want to thank you so much for being part of the experience. Those of you on the Facebook channel and the other channels you're viewing us from, a special good night to you. We have some news that we want to deliver to you, the people. We're going to be looking at the Police Welfare Association, of course, and the back and forth with the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, and something is totally wrong. So tonight we're going to look into it. I know that you missed me, folks. I know you missed me and you were here. Yes, so good night. Share the live, folks. Share the live, all right? You got to share the live, okay? So, yes. So let's get right into work, seeing that we have so much to catch up on here on Caribbean American News. Folks, I am so excited. I'm happy to be here with you. As you can see, I do not have my my armor on tonight, so I feel very safe now. I feel much safer now. You know how things go, folks. I might have to just pull that thing in a minute, you know. I just, you know, it is what it is, but greetings. So we have Brooklyn in the house and Soufriere, all over St. Lucia, Guyana, my friends. Congratulations to the people of Guyana on their new bridge, the new bridge, state of the art, of course, and that's development, and you got to appreciate that, whether you like the government or not. A bridge is a bridge. A good bridge is a bridge. And it's much better than what you had before, all right? And thank you so much for welcoming me back. We were off for 1 month, of course. We are still experiencing technical drama with our system, of course, and we were out on assignment and everything else. And then I was in crusade, and therefore, of course, once I'm in crusade, I'm not going to be distracted with all these social issues, of course. You take a sabbatical, a break. Yes, man, you got to continue to reflect on the spiritual. But let's get right into work. So I have a number of rants that I want to do tonight, but I am choosing between Nosy and Bugs Bunny. Yes, Nosy and Bugs Bunny. Nosy and Bugs Bunny. Keep those two names close by. They will come in handy. Nosy and Bugs Bunny. My time in Barbados was beautiful. Thank you so much, Jean Fred. It was a blessing. And to our SLPs who are viewing us, I want to greet you, welcome you to the platform tonight. So let's start somewhere. Maybe I should skip the rant, of course, and we will rant as we go along. Now, I came across a video with a lady not complaining, but speaking on healthcare. And let's just look at it for a minute, and then we will come back Oh, my sister is here. Lauren Hippolyte is here. That's my sister, my heart. I see Laurencia Pear is there also, my Dudu Beth also, and the Francis family, all of them are my Dudu Beths. Sue, Troy, Mahe, any one of them. I come in, but it's all right, friends. It is all right. Let's have some fun here on the platform. Yes. But I want to remind you that we do have our prayer group. We do pray. From the time we launched that prayer group, we have been praying non-stop, morning, noon, and night, and we are seeing results of our prayers, and we continue to pray. That's what we've been doing too. We have been doing a lot of praying. Now, me do more pupi. The Bible says man shall not live by, women and men should not live by bread alone. So last days, bread more. John, come down at these watch you all bread. You all watching my bread. That is so funny, folks. That is so funny. So let's go over to healthcare. Just, from a young lady I came across online. Let's see what she's saying. Let's see if we can get her.
Please consider that. And don't make it political, but do what's right for the people of St. Lucia. We need that in our country. Okay, let us talk about national health insurance. Now, this is not political, okay? I'm in a country right now where I'm benefiting from national health insurance, and I could tell you guys this is one of the best things that I love about that country, because recently I did an operation that was $12,000 US, and because I was covered under NHI, a lot of people don't even know that I did a surgery, because I didn't have to do GoFundMe, I didn't have to do anything, I didn't have to ask anybody for money. NHI covered that bill, and I had to just pay such a small amount of money, which also I am also insured in St. Lucia GTM. They covered the remaining, so I was 100% covered. Now with NHI, I feel a bit relaxed because I know that my medical bills will be covered, right? And in St. Lucia, if that is implemented in St. Lucia, that is great for the people of St. Lucia, because number one, we don't even have proper health care, right? And then you have to think of where you're going to get the money to cover your medical bills. Now, mind you, in August, I went to Dominican Republic and I got food poisoning and they had to rush me to the hospital, right? And my bills came to thousands of US dollars again, right? And because NHI was covering that country, they were able to refund my money, so they covered me in Dominican Republic. And so it does not even have to be the place that you are. It does not even have to be St. Lucia, but once they can cover places like Barbados, Martinique, that is good, and that's why I really love NHI. Now, I am somebody I always believe in you must have clean teeth. When I go to the dentist, I only pay $10 US and NHI cover the rest. When I go to the clinic, I pay like $3 US and NHI cover the rest. I pay sometimes $10 US. When I do my labs, I pay like $20 US and NHI cover the rest, y'all. And how it works, every month they take like $40 of my salary, and that's it. So having NHI in St. Lucia, I believe that would be great for the people of St. Lucia. Please do not make my post political. If UWP does not win the elections, I do believe that SLP should really take that one on. That would be great for the people of St. Lucia. You really would not have to worry about medical bills. You will not even be afraid to fall sick, right? But they will cover your bills. I'm like, right now I'm under that program, and let me tell you something, it could not have been better, guaranteed. And if I fall sick in St. Lucia, trust me, I'm waiting all the week when I come back here for me to go to the doctor, because I know I don't have to pay. So that's the benefit of NHI. Okay, so if UWP does not win, the SLP people, please consider that, and don't make it political, but do what's right for the people of St. Lucia. We need that in our country.
All right, that was a young lady speaking on health insurance, and we know now she's saying don't make it political, but it is a political discussion, And I understand what she's trying to say, but it is political, my friends, and it has a lot to do with the will of politicians, political parties, their agenda. And we saw that on the 7-point plan of the United Workers' Party, that they will implement universal or national health insurance policy where every St. Lucians will get at least $75,000 in insurance coverage. So I believe it is political, and politicians are the ones that we're expecting to take these policies and make them priority for the citizens of the country. So I do want to correct the young lady, and she's on point, but I want to correct her that these are political discussions that we must have. We must put that pressure on our politicians, those who are coming forward to say, look, I want to lead you. Then they have a responsibility to do that. So I would say to you, it is political whether you want it to be or not, but I 100% support your statement there. I have also good insurance, and I have access to other insurance through the New York State. I have access to insurance, and so I want the same for you guys. Okay, all right. Okay, so with that said, we're going to leap forward. I want to bring to your attention the situation, and I want to congratulate Marcella Johnson, candidate for Grosile, and her team of supporters and well-wishers who went into a home in order to bring assistance to a family that was in distress. Let's listen to it briefly, and I'm going to expose one SLP. There are many of them, but I want to expose this individual in particular. I will give you the names as we move forward.
No water, man. Water in the let's take the cooler from the cooler, dog. Let's take the water. Yes, yeah. Go inside, say. I wish I could, boy. Oh, it's dead of water. Look water. Look it, Sangasa. Wani. Water. Water, Bob. I say water. Biggie. Look at what tongue there, sir. Why? Yeah, send water in there, monsieur. My girl, come outside, moving and smoke. Who you have inside? Nobody? Okay, alright. Stay, Marcella, stay first. Stay, Marcella. Bucket, Wani. She said they have nobody there. Why? But look there.
So again, in the interest of time, I want to congratulate the candidate, the endorsed candidate for Grozile, the United Workers' Party, that is Marcella Johnson, for delaying her event in order to assist a St. Lucian. And we always say that we are sons and daughters of St. Lucia. And therefore, when we see one in distress, we do our best to help. And that is the righteous thing to do. But during this process, I posted the event, of course, the incident, which got over 60,000 viewers. But to my surprise, it was flooded with SLP supporters. And I paid attention to their reaction, their comments, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of the St. Lucia Labour Party. I will be open tonight with you. And if I had any doubt in my mind, last evening sealed my opinion of the St. Lucia Labour Party. And I'm going to make a very harsh statement tonight about that party. Just reading their comments on the live last night. So there is a gentleman called Frank Charles. Now, I don't know the gentleman, but he came on my live. It was public, of course, so anyone is invited to come over and view the content over there. But I saw a statement from Frank Charles that captured my attention. There are many others, of course, and I was taken aback. I was taken aback by his statement, and I have his picture up, and I have the statement, so you would not be confused. Frank Charles, you're not going to confuse him with somebody else. You will know exactly who Frank Charles is. Like I said, I don't know him. I've never met the man. I encountered him on my live. I don't know who the gentleman is. Some of you may know him. So I'm going to put it up now. Bear caution. I'm going to put it up now, and we're going to have a discussion on Frank Charles. All right? Okay, so one of my monitors is going in and out, so you got to bear with me. One of my main monitors, it is coming in and out, of course. Okay, so let's go over to this. So this is Frank Charles and his response to the United Workers' Party supporters and their candidate assisting a family who were in distress. So I'm going to read Mr. Frank Charles' statement. And I'm quoting from Frank Charles, supporter of the St. Lucia Labour Party, on the Caribbean American News live, platform. And I quote Frank Charles, "Not putting anything past Flabo. This can be a setup just to boost up Marcella low profile. Now another Charles, maybe their family, another Charles responded to him. Sarah, I believe it is Charles, responded to Frank Charles, be careful with your words. God might just strike you. Now, two Charles on the platform, and both of them could be SLP. One right thinking, of course, one know exactly when to draw the line. And so the other Charles responded to him, be careful with your words. But Frank says, not putting anything past Flabo. In other words, this is a setup by the Flabos. They like the fire, basically. Don't put anything past them. They're capable of doing anything. So let me remind Frank Charles and those who cheered him on in his ungodly, unrighteous statement. Here's what I got to remind him of. The Labour Party has a history in St. Lucia of violence and of unrighteous deeds. I just want to remind you. And I'm not asking you, I'm telling you because as a young boy, I saw you guys in action. Now, while there are some of you who say to me, I should go back to my country, you're not one of us, you should be stopped, and we'll get to that, you should be stopped from coming into St. Lucia, but I saw with my own eyes the St. Lucia Labour Party in action. And I would remind you, it is your people who burned down my family's banana shed in Dennery. It is your people who cut our bananas down because we were not involved in your strike. We went on our merry way doing our business and you guys violated us. It was the Labour Party. Yeah? It is the Labour Party supporters who threatened me. And I had to report it to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and the United States Embassy in Barbados. It was me who had to do that. It is me. And not that I'm afraid of anything, but I wanted to make a big point to expose the nastiness that you guys engage in. So to come here, Mr. Frank, and say, well, you will not put anything past Flabos, as though the Flabos will set up a fire with a gentleman in his house and a young child that appears to be his maybe grandchild or his child, that the United Workers' Party, the Flabo, would endanger the life of a family so that they can boost up Marcella's low profile. Mr. Frank, that's very low of you. It seems to me that you have a very low profile. And maybe you're trying to boost your low profile up with this nasty rhetoric. Yeah? Now, I don't know if Frank Charles normally listen to NBC night or day. Then if he, Mr. Low Profile, would have been viewing that network, then he would not have made this statement, of course. He should not be making such a nasty statement while individuals are trying to help the family. And I'm sure they are not finishing helping, because I'm sure they will help with the replacement of the windows, the cleaning. I am sure that Marcella and her team will go back to finish what they started in assisting this family. And I am sure that they're not going to ask the family, who are you voting for? Are you SLP or UWP? I'm sure that Marcella would use good judgment and just assist, because you see, her profile is not low, sir. You, sir, are bad for your own country. That on the world platform, that on the World Wide Web, is disgusting. It's nasty. And it does not surprisingly reflect all St. Lucians. Now, that's the other thing, They're decent Labour Party supporters. I've met a lot of them. Many of them are good Christians who love the Lord. A lot of them. And they will not endorse this. But Frank Charles, sir, you need to reflect on this level of ignorance. And I'll defend the United Workers' Party. The United Workers' Party will not go down this road to burn people anything. You guys are known for burning things. Don't forget Plywood City, Don't forget Grand Riviere Dennery. You guys know what fire is. You guys know what fire is all about. Because you have set ablaze the country over and over and over. Over and over, to the point that you burn our banana sheds in Dennery. So I wouldn't put anything past you, SLP. So you, Mr. Frank Charles, and I want the people to see this again. You represent what is not good in the country. Not me. Now, just let me switch a minute before I go on. Let me just switch a minute to another story that you might want to... Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can reload something here. Yes, I want you to listen to... No. Just let me get this. Now, I just had it here, so I will have to reload. Oh, my, we just... Bear with me. We got to go back. So I just wanted to show you something here, but maybe it's not the Lord's will that I do so. But maybe I will post it on my platform, where a gentleman is saying that I should be stopped from coming into St. Lucia. Yeah? Because I am a threat to St. Lucia. So let me say to Shelton Daniel and MBC, let me show you who the threat is to St. Lucia. And I'm not the threat, because I pray for the nation daily. I am not the threat because I'm here advocating for what is right, what is good in the nation. I've never threatened anyone. I've never caused destruction. Let me show you destruction, sir. Mr. Tom and maybe Jerry. Let's look at it. Look, this is your problem, sir, in your country. This is the problem in your culture. This is what is wrong with your nation. This is exactly the garbage in our society that all of you are cheering on. This is exactly who burn things in a country. Not Marcel and the United Workers' Party. No. Not the Flabo. So don't write you put nothing past the Flabo that this could be a setup. No, you guys know exactly what a setup is. You guys know exactly what you're talking about. Because you, it seems, you guys are capable of doing anything based on what you're writing here. Yeah? So, Mr. Shelton from NBC, here is your problem. I hope by tomorrow you can talk about this problem this red problem in your country. And so, I rest my case, and I'm saying to St. Lucians, the United Workers' Party is not a violent party that burn things. I submit to you that the Labour Party is bad for your country. That I maintain. So let's go over to the Police Welfare Association. There's a problem there where the Prime Minister is saying to the police, you guys are lying basically. You guys are misleading the people. I am right and you are wrong. We have the money. We have the money to pay. But you guys are the problem. You guys have the invoice. Huh? You guys have the invoice. So, let's go to Prime Minister Pear. Let's see if we can find him saying that the money is there to pay the insurance and is not his government's fault. It is the police fault. That's basically what the man is saying. So let's go over to that clip.
That you can gain mileage by misinforming about the insurance is not right. I want to assure the police that we've ordered all the ballistic vests and we have absolutely no problems with cash flow to pay the insurance. Absolutely no problems. Once the invoices arrive, the insurance is going to be paid. And I want to thank them for what they do.
Let's play it again.
The way the insurance is paid by invoices. The invoices went to the Police Welfare Association. That's where the invoices go. Only yesterday, the Permanent Secretary got a copy of the invoices, and I have copies of them, and when they came across to the Ministry of National Security. There is money to pay the police insurance. The money was accounted.
So the Prime Minister is saying there is money to pay it, but it's not paid because the Police Welfare Association, they have the invoice and we don't have it. Well, guess what? We just got a copy of, I believe, some communications from the Police Welfare Association and I believe the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security. All right? So let's go over to that and we're going to get to the bottom of this whole drama. All right? So here is an invoice from the Police Welfare Association, and it is from Mr. Cameron Law, President of the Police Welfare Association, and this is a copy that was filed. And this is dated Tuesday, May 29th, 2025. And the subject, urgent concern regarding untimely payments for the accident and death insurance policy. There, and this is again the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security. I write to you on behalf of the Police Welfare Association with deep frustration and concern regarding the persistent delays in payments of premiums for the accident and death insurance policy. This matter is not merely administrative, but has profound and distressing implications for the families of our officers and the integrity of the policy itself. It speaks of untimely payments of the policy, and basically Mr. Law is urging the ministry to act swiftly in curing this problem. And he says, I urge you to treat the issue with utmost seriousness and take immediate step to regularize the payments to the insurance company. The Police Welfare Association remains committed to protecting the rights and welfare of our officers, but we cannot fulfill this responsibility effectively without your prompt intervention. So here is a letter to the Ministry of National Security that the Prime Minister is responsible for, but the Prime Minister is on national television blaming the Police Welfare Association for the non-payment of the policy. Now, can you imagine this nonsense happening on our airwaves? Prime Minister is responsible for payments of a policy, saying to the police on air, we have the money, but you have the invoice. We have the money, you have the invoice. Now the police welfare, they're pleading, which means that there is a problem that is out of their control. And they're reaching out to the individuals who can take care of the problem. So it is not just, it appears to me, it is not just where the invoice, here's the payment. It seems to me that there is much more to this issue. Prime Minister is saying, I have the money. The welfare is saying, well, pay it. And he's saying, well, you have the invoice. Then he's saying, well, we just got the invoice from you all. And this has been going on and on and on and on and on. So hold a minute. Let's see how, if we can make some connection here. Let's go over to Timothy Polio of Newspin and see what we can get from Mr. Law.
Every police officer's salary goes towards that insurance policy.
On a monthly basis?
No issue.
On a monthly basis? Okay. And it is automatically deducted? And it's automatically deducted?
It is automatic. There's a memorandum of understanding between the government and the Welfare Association that this $75 will be paid to the Welfare Association, who would facilitate the payment to the insurance company. The only reason why it goes directly to the Welfare Association, it is we do not want there to be any red tape in case we decide to change insurance companies, that we will have to go through the process all over again, redirecting money from Treasury. So we pay it directly from the Welfare Association to the insurance company. And that is the position.
You made reference to retirement. When are you scheduled to go on to retirement?
Very, very soon, Tim. Very soon, probably in about a month or two.
Okay, all right. Well, we wish you all the best, sir. Any final comments from you?
I just wish that the persons who are responsible for ensuring that this insurance policy is serviced as it is supposed to be serviced on a monthly basis, cause it to happen, because it has not been happening in that way for 3 years plus. And the Prime Minister knows, and when police officers call me to tell me that the Prime Minister speaks of there is money and they can't even get uniforms, the storeroom has nothing in there. It leaves a lot to be desired.
And you have been a police officer for how long, Mr. Law?
27 years, Timothy.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for speaking with us on this afternoon's Newspin program.
Thank you very much, Tim.
All right, you just heard there from the president of the Police Welfare Association, sounding very irate, but addressing a very serious issue nonetheless. And what would have caused him to speak with us on this particular insurance matter? The statement that was issued by the Prime Minister, National Security Minister with responsibility for finance.
So I have an update. We're going to get Mr. Law, the president of the Welfare Association. We're going to get him on tonight in the next few minutes. Just bear with us. We're trying to make connections with him. But it sounds to me, based on what Mr. Law is saying, and we'll get some clarity, is that there is a problem also with uniforms for police officers. I'm not sure if this is what we're hearing, that there is an issue with supplies for the Royal St. Lucia police force. But the Prime Minister have been boasting that he has done more than any government in the history of St. Lucia for the police. Now, I'm saying, if the police don't have uniform, what are you boasting about? Because the police need uniform. That is something basic, of course. But you are boasting of bulletproof jackets, but not uniform. I am a little confused, and I'm hoping that, just bear with me, we can get Mr. Cameron on so that we can get some clarity, because I'm a little confused here. No uniforms. Over 3 years, insurance policy is not being paid. Monies are coming out from the salaries of our police officers, and the Prime Minister is around boasting about, I don't know if you're hearing, folks, but I apologize for acting a little slow tonight. I don't know what is happening here, and that's the truth. And this is what happened, I'll tell you. This is what happens in a country, in a nation. This is what happens in a nation when we take our police department and the institutions of government and we play our political games with them. This is what happens. Because if Mr. Cameron is right, and their police officers who are under the sound of my voice, and they believe that Mr. Cameron is misleading, he's lying, is not the truth, that they have uniforms, their insurance is paid, and everything is fine with the police under this administration, then maybe more of them need to come out and speak up. Send a note, text. There is one who comes in my inbox to Papi Show Me. A friend of mine, I went to school with him, he's a police officer. Instead of Papi showing me onto my live, maybe you should come and clarify also, of course. Is what Mr. Law saying true? Do you have uniforms? Do you have supplies? Oops. It reminds me of missing evidence. And then no missing evidence, and then some missing evidence, and then silence. This is what happens when you continue your political campaign even after you have won an election. Now, let's say the Prime Minister is right that he is not, I'm not the problem. My ministry is not the problem. It's the police, is them over there, not us. We have to check on our desk. We're waiting to just sign off. We're waiting for them. Yes, 3 years. You're waiting for them. Now, if you're in charge of the police and you believe in the police and you love them so much, you have given them everything. Except for canine dogs, of course. You ask people to lend you 2. 1 die. You love the police so much. Out of all the governments, you love them more than any other person. 3 years, an insurance policy is not paid. And you love them so much, taking pictures up with them, photos, and yes, standing behind new vehicles that end up sometimes on a pile as junk. No tire, no gas. Love them so much. But 3 years. You're not saying to your permanent secretary, you know what? We got to go over there, have a meeting to get this thing settled. My question would be, Mr. Prime Minister, have the permanent secretary met with the Police Welfare Association? Have you guys ever met to discuss the issues of the police? Well, I'm just asking for a friend. Because if you so love the police and you always taking pictures with them, whether it's with a borrowed dog or with some new vehicles, yes, or a few bulletproof jackets, or something, and you smile with all your teeth out your head and you, yes, and we're the best for police. We love our police officers. We love them. Why are they not insured? That's a question. Why are they not insured? And why you are doing a damage control video with your Zelevs? Why are you doing a video to say, yeah, we did so much. We did so much for the police. We ordered the vest already. The vest is on the way. Yeah, coming soon. The vest is coming soon, oh. We love our police officers, Mr. Pear. But you're basically saying, as far as I'm concerned, to the police that they're lying and they're playing politics.
Themselves admitted that they were late. No police has been denied any insurance coverage because of that. So to believe that you can gain mileage by misinforming about the insurance is not right. I want to assure the police that we've ordered all the ballistic vests.
So we're dealing with the insurance, but Mr. Prime Minister is talking about the bulletproof jackets. We have ordered them already. We ordered them already. And I am not sure who he's talking to, but he's got to be the police. Because you can't single out one individual and say you guys are playing politics and misleading the country on the policy. No police officer have been denied insurance because of this. I wish I had that insurance company. If I don't pay my insurance, friends, that thing lapses within 2 months or a month. So you guys have a different type of insurance there in St. Lucia. You can lapse for 3 years. And nobody gets denied. And so because nobody gets denied in the police force when it comes to insurance, then yeah, let's wait until that guy leave, or the president of the Welfare Association. Let's wait until he retires. He retiring soon. Let's burn it out. He has burned it out. Let's get rid of him. Let's wait until he's gone. We're going to get a better guy there who represent the will of the SLP government. Let's get rid of that hack called Cameron. But he's lying. He's playing politics. He's trying to get political mileage. And it's the same thing happened with the fire in Grozile, you know. On matters of urgency and seriousness, them fellas like to see me gwen. So we give them bulletproof jacket. Don't worry about it. Come on.
Teachers actually shift. The way the insurance is paid by invoices. The invoices went to the Police Welfare Association. That's where the invoices go. Only yesterday, the Permanent Secretary got a copy of the invoices, and I have copies of them, and when they came across to the Ministry of National Security. There is money to pay the police insurance.
Calling you on the air, Caribbean American News Media Platform.
Good evening, Brother Garfield.
Yes, sir. You're on the air. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm under the weather, a bit under the weather, but I don't know if you spoke about the PW. I have some breaking news.
What's your breaking news?
I received a letter. I got a letter that was leaked to me. Don't ask me my sources, but I got this letter. It was leaked to me from a letter written by the President of the Police Welfare Association, Mr. Cameron Law, to the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Sarah Dupree-Cotter. Remember when Mr. Cameron Law broke that story on Newspin, he indicated that insurance for police officers was set up by the last Alan Chastney, UWP, and Herman Gill Francis, where police officers in the line of duty who get injured or unfortunately who passed away, they will get some compensation.
Yeah.
And he indicated under this Philippe administration, the policy is lapsing. It's in arrears over $600,000. You remember that?
Yep.
And Philippe came back and tried to say or indicate that Mr. Cameron Law was not speaking the truth, and that some invoice, I don't know what he was trying to say there. But I got a leak letter.
Oh, you got a leak letter, Ian?
Yes. I'm breaking the story on Caribbean American News. You're hearing this for the first time, St. Lucia. This letter, what I'm about to read, if you permit me, Brother Garfield, is you hearing this first on Caribbean American News.
I think, Ian, you're like half an hour late. but go ahead.
You got the letter?
I have it up on the screen. Go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. I have FBI on my side, but you go ahead.
You see you, boy?
I know.
Anyway, the letter is headed Police Welfare Association, Royal St. Lucia Police Force, from Mr. Cameron Law, President, Police Welfare Association, to Mrs. Sarah Dupree-Cotter, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of National Security, Library Street, Castries, dated Thursday, May 29, 2025. Subject, urgent concern regarding untimely payments for the accident and death policy. And it reads, Dear Mrs. Dupree-Cotter, I write to you on behalf of the Police Welfare Association with deep frustration and concern regarding the persistent delays in the payment of premiums for the accident and death insurance policy. This matter is merely, let me read this again. This matter is not merely administrative, but has profound and distressing implications for the families of our officers and the integrity of the policy itself. The untimely payments have created a cascade of issues. Families, in their moments of need and vulnerability, are left uncertain and unsupported, which undermines the very purpose of this critical policy. Additionally, The delays jeopardize the continuity of the policy, putting it at significant risk of being cancelled, a scenario that would be both unacceptable and detrimental to the well-being of our officers and their loved ones. Despite the association's repeated efforts to address this issue, we have found ourselves compelled to make compromises and adjustments that strain our resources and leave us unable to provide the consistent support our members deserve. This is not sustainable, nor is it in line with the standards and of care and responsibility expected in matters of this nature. I urge you to treat this issue with the utmost seriousness and take immediate steps to regularize the payments to the insurance company. The Police Welfare Association remains committed to protecting the rights and welfare of our officers, but we cannot fulfill this responsibility effectively without your prompt intervention. And it ends here by saying, your understanding and decisive action are not only requested, but required to ensure that we do not fail those who put their lives in the line of security and well-being of our nation. I trust that this matter will receive your urgent attention, and I will look forward to your prompt response. Yours sincerely, and it was signed by Mr. Cameron Law, President of the Police Welfare Association, and there's an official stamp here dated May 29th, 2025. So, based on this letter, Brother Garfield, you can clearly see that Philippe is not being truthful. Because before Mr. Cameron Law broke that story on Newsspin, months before, based on this letter, he wrote to the Permanent Secretary in May, stating that the policy has been lapsing, there are no payments, and that she needs to address this thing. But here is Philippe lying to the country, making people believe that Mr. Cameron Law was not speaking the truth and he was not factual.
Because, and that's what I'm saying. Now, Ian, let me take this call. I think, because I've been trying to get onto Mr. Law. So I'm going to see if this is him. So can you call back in a minute?
Sure.
Thank you. Call you on the air, Caribbean American News Media Platform.
Hey, Garfield, how are you doing?
Not bad at all. Is this Mr. Law?
No, that's not Cameron Law. That's just another caller. Can I call or call later?
Call a bit later because Ian was on. I thought it was him. I've been trying to get him. All right. I've been trying to get him. So, Ian, you can always call back now. Ian, you can call back now. But we are working on getting Mr. Cameron on. So he should be in the next maybe 15, 20 minutes. All right. So let's just, those of you, well, even though I say you're not hearing me, it means you can't hear me. So you can always reset your device. But Ian, you can always call back. Ian was breaking news, but we had already dropped that letter earlier. So I hope it's not an embarrassment, but we do apologize. But the letter was already, but I'm glad that he read it. I'm glad that he read it out on the air. Share the live Tiger friend, folks. We will get down to the issue of this whole police welfare and the Prime Minister. And by the way, I wouldn't consider it with the Prime Minister and the police welfare. I would consider it to be the Prime Minister, Minister of National Security, and the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Because the insurance does not only cover Mr. Cameron and his executive members, it covers the police officers. And we are hearing that for 3 years, it was not paid. Now, I'm not into insurance business, but I don't know how 3 years and this thing has not lapsed. I don't know. Somebody got to advise me. Call it. You're on the air, Ian. Sorry about that. It wasn't Cameron. I'm trying to get him. So.
Yeah, so that's okay. That's okay, because I don't want to dominate your program. Dominate your program. I put this letter out there. It's on my Facebook page, St. Lucia. You can read it. It's official. It's authentic. And I read this letter, and I thank you for permitting me to do so, to prove one thing, that nothing Philippe says we can believe. The guy, the Prime Minister, let me be respectful to the office, is not being truthful. Here it is that the police officers are saying to you, there's a problem. The insurance is lapsing. You do not see the need to make the payments. And from what Mr. Cameron Law said is that the monthly payment is like $89 or something thousand. But yet still, you cannot make those payments to ensure that our police officers can feel confident when they go out there to protect the people, to protect us in the case of the fact that they may lose their life, God forbid, or they may lose a limb. You cannot ensure that they insured. But yet still we're hearing that you're spending over $400,000, if that is true, to host those political rallies every weekend.
But
Where is
Ian,
the priority?
But Ian, let me ask you, did we have police officers who lost their lives between last year and this year?
Not this year or last year, but
23?
before, and that's what Mr. Law is saying, that there are police officers who died in the line of duty or who got injured, and their families, their loved ones, their wives or whatever, apply to get some compensation, and they cannot assist because the insurance is lapsing. The government of the Philippine administration does not see the need to pay the payment
But
to
the
the
Prime
insurance
Minister
company.
said, Ian, that no police officer was denied insurance. Now, let me just play that for our audience. Just bear with me.
The money was voted for. There is money to pay it, but you must pay it with an invoice. The insurance company themselves admitted that they were late. No police has been denied any insurance coverage because of that.
I'm just realizing that he also says that the insurance company, they were late with the invoice. Ian, did you hear that?
That is not true. Based on what Mr. Cameron Law said, that's not true. The Philippe, the Prime Minister, is not speaking the truth. Here it is that Mr. Law, Cameron Law indicated, and I would love if somebody's listening, you can contact Mr. Cameron Law, let him call. He'll be in a better position to explain.
Yeah, I'm in communication with him right now as we speak, so I'm trying to get him on. We're working out the logistics to get him on to clarify this for the general public, of course.
Yes, because I don't want to speak on behalf of Mr. Cameron Law. I'm not a police officer, but I can only indicate what he said on Newsspin, which I believe Mr. Cameron Law. I honestly believe what he's saying, because what he's basically saying that the policy is in arrears for over 6 months, and that he wrote, and based on the letter, I read the letter, you have the letter now, it's public now, it's leaked, but it's public, and you can see from May, Mr. Cameron Law, as president of the PWA, have been sounding the alarm to this SLP administration. Look here, there is a problem. The payments are not being made to the insurance company. And let me explain to your listeners what happened. The monies for the insurance, some is being deducted from the police officer's salary and goes to the contribution to the insurance company. So the government now, they're taking the monies of the police officer's salary, and that the responsibility is on the Ministry of National Security to liaise and to pay the insurance company, which is Nagico, from what Mr. Lloyd is saying. And that they have not been doing that, or have not done that in 6 months. So now the policy is in arrears of over $600,000. Just on that alone, and I will end there. I was hoping that Mr. Law would you can arrange for him to come on. Just on that one situation, Brother Garfield, I will encourage every single police officer to not vote this Labour Party government. Vote them out. Just on that issue alone, because it doesn't seem to me that they care. You have men and women putting their lives on the line to protect the country, national security, and you do not see the need to ensure that they're insured. Where's your priority? That you can get $400,000 to host a political rally, and you say that you're putting people first? How that can be putting people first? St. Lucia, think about this. You have a government that just don't care. The only purpose is to protect the victory at your expense, and that they will continue to do that if you allow them to. But we have an opportunity very soon, less than 6 months away, where we can right that wrong. Have a blessed night.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ian. All right, so that was Ian there. Now, the lines are open now for anyone who wants to call. I want to deal with King in a minute, and then we'll get back to... But I want to read a comment here for those people who are on YouTube and maybe on television. This is from Facebook. This one is a Sinclair, and I'm going to read this statement because it captured my attention. And I quote, Mr. Cameron did say that the invoice was submitted late. The Prime Minister does not pay the police insurance. This is an issue with the Accounts Department of the Police Force and the Treasury. The PM has nothing to do with that. But everything for political mileage, I guess. So you see, everything of substance in the country now, when you challenge it, it becomes it is because a party want to use it for political mileage. The fire in Grocery, the very same thing they said. Yeah, they use it for political mileage. Now the Police Welfare Association, insurance policy, they're using it for the PM. No, the PM have everything to do with it. And it's amazing how some of you try to divorce the government from their responsibilities. You give them a free pass. Isn't it amazing when certain governments are in power, it's okay. Yeah, nothing to see here, man. It's the police fault. It's not the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has nothing to do with it. He's the Minister of National Security. Yeah? And he is responsible for the police as far as I'm concerned. And if I'm the Prime Minister, Minister of National Security, and I'm hearing that there's an issue with insurance for the police officers, then I would step up. The same day that I go to stand in front of a police vehicle to hand it over, or the same time I go to hand over 2 bulletproof jackets, or the same time I go to boast that I did more for the police. It's amazing that they can boast that this is the only Prime Minister that did so much for the police, but when there is a lack or there's a problem, it's not the Prime Minister. It's amazing, friends. It's amazing, to say the least, how thing we can be. But I'm saying, just like crime, they say, well, the police is not the police. It's not the Prime Minister. Prime Minister to commit crime. Yeah? And you want us to elect you to tell us that that's not your role? Huh? That's what you... And that's why the country, friends, it's upside down and it's in need of a very serious reset. If you don't understand what the reset means, then I think we have a problem. If you do not understand the type of reset that is needed in the country, because look at the problem. So let's say you're blaming the police. Let's say you're blaming the police, right? Let's say you're blaming the police. Well, they did submit the invoices, then it means that maybe you have square pegs in wrong holes. Maybe you put in the wrong commissioner in place. Maybe you put in your buddies and your friends there who are not qualified or should not be there at all. And that's why we're having all these administrative problems. Could it be? I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking, folks, because if you're saying that the problem is on the police side, then something is wrong. If the police can't get an invoice in for payment, then how can they manage crime in the country? Why do we? Something is up, because if they're losing evidence and they come back and say, yeah, we found it, and then they come back and say, we didn't find all, we find some, then whole corner pamo, of course. Well, these are just some. Call you on the air, Caribbean American News. Call us, I'm sorry. Yes. You're on the air, Caribbean American News Media Platform.
Yes, Brother Garfield, good night.
Good night, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Brother Garfield, I just heard you said something with the whole police situation, and you saying that probably they might have an administrative problem. And there's something I have learned from last week or this week, that Philip J.P. said he's making 1,000 caretakers permanent.
Permanent, yeah.
Okay. Did Philip J.P. tell us how he's going to pay those new permanent workers?
Well, they're already being paid.
But that's what I'm telling you. So sometimes, because remember, in 2016, Kenny Anthony was borrowing money to pay the interest on our loans. Now, we had COVID-19, we had all what was happening now, and into today, I want to know where are we going to get those money. And remember, he said also, for people that are not working, he's going to put some monies in place or some how are they doing it? There was this journalist that asked him that was on the press briefing he had. He said he's going to, for people that are unemployed, he's going to give them a certain amount of benefits. And they asked him, but Mr. Prime Minister, with the dwindling population and the situation at NIC, how are we going to pay for that? He said he laughed about it and he said, well, people should go and make babies and whatnot and whatnot.
Yeah.
So my point is, the Prime Minister is promising and doing a lot of things that if the St. Lucia Labour Party win the next general elections, what you automatically think that will happen? Taxes will increase again. Today, I went in a store and I buy a ginger ale. A ginger ale was normally, $2.50. Today, ginger ale is $3, you know. You can ask anybody right now to buy a soft drink or a ginger ale and ask them the price of a ginger ale. So when the Prime Minister said that he's taking out some VAT-rated taxes on some items, a common thing like ginger ale, the price increase on ginger ale again to $3 a ginger ale. Now, the next thing again, my brother.
Ginger ale or ale?
There's an increase in ginger ale. I just went in the store today and buy ginger ale. The person telling me that ginger ale is $3 now. So if somebody can confirm or ask somebody, prices have increased in the markets today again. Or not even today, from last week they have increased. You understand? Now, the situation is, Brother Garfield, with that whole police scenario, the elections heating up, and all what is happening in our great country, is that we on a one-way path if we allow the St. Lucia Labour Party to remain in power to a total disaster. Already in the region, Trump is getting up to I don't know. We don't know what is going to happen with Venezuela and Trump and all those different things. And our position with that is that we support Venezuela and all whatnot and whatnot. I see for the near future is that we are heading on a path that nobody can understand where we're heading unless we have to stop those guys. Because if you put 1,000 people, permanent staff, caretakers, how much do those people get in a month?
But those
About
are not
$1,000
new. Call it. Those are not new workers. They're just being made permanent.
No, but the point is, if you have them on a contract, that means you can, for example, stop the program. Because remember, those programs, just like STEP, what those guys are doing. Yes, you can have caretakers, but where is the industry to back up those things? So in other words, we're going to continuously go into that cycle of taking loans. Because remember, we're still paying interest on our loans, you know. They're just not talking about it again. But the borrower we're borrowing is paying interest on loans. The borrower we're borrowing is to pay most of our borrowing going into paying public servants. We're borrowing money to pay our public servants, you know.
Well.
So when the police welfare talk about they want that insurance from the government and those different things, who doesn't tell you about the money is being redirected to fund all those government-led programs? Those programs not sustainable because the government itself is not sustainable. They said they take a 2.5 levy for health and security. It was supposed to last a year. It ended up being 3 years going now. Where is that money?
But we can all agree that the caretaker program is a very important program for the country, especially taking care of the elderlies. And it is an investment that I think we should sacrifice to ensure that it is well managed and is functioning. Caller, can I call you back in a minute? I believe one of my scheduled calls is coming in. One of the schedule. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we just missed. Okay, let's hope that this is. Caller, you on the air, Caribbean American News Media Platform.
Good night, Brother Garfield.
Good night. How are you?
First, I'm okay. First time I'm calling your show.
First time.
You don't listen to Newspin? You don't listen to Newspin?
During Newspin, my friend, I am in a classroom.
No, don't you listen to Newspin?
I just said to you during that time I'm in a classroom.
You can always listen to it later if you don't get time.
So what is going on there? Talk to me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, basically, quickly, Cameron Law said January to 3 months of invoices has been submitted to the Prime Minister's office. Apparently, the Prime Minister has to okay it. I don't know. and that hasn't been paid. The other 3 months that's owing, he said he's waiting on, I think, on the commissioner of police, because before you can send an invoice, you have to know how many people, how many police officers have been catered for.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to get like a head count or a man count or something from the commissioner. And he has been waiting on them to give it to him to send to the insurance agency for them to invoice the other 3 months.
Right, which is important because you don't want to pay for people that is
so
not.
So basically, they are using words now to confuse everybody. 3 months of invoice the Prime Minister office has, and they're not paying. Another 3 months is late because Cameron Law said he's waiting on a head count or a man count to submit to the insurance company for them to issue the invoice.
So you're saying that the
But once
PM,
again,
you're saying based on what you heard on Newspin, is that 3 months of
Cameron
invoicing,
Law said that.
right? And he should be coming on very shortly. But 3 months of invoicing have already been submitted to the government for payment.
Yes. But the part I don't understand, which I would like him to tell me, he said even when they go to Treasury, they said the staff is telling him it's in the system, but okay has not been given for them to issue the check. So I'm curious now. I want to know if it's in the system. That means the invoices were processed and they are in the system, but they're just waiting for permission from
to release the money.
Yes, that's what I would like to know.
So the question is, who is responsible to release this money?
That's what I need to know. I want to know that. As a voting citizen, I want to know who. And I think maybe it may be the Minister of National Security, but I'm not sure.
Okay, and I appreciate you saying you're not sure.
But yes, they said they have gone to Treasury because this has been going on for 3 years now, not just for 6 months. For 3 years now, they've been having late payments. They will see the invoice has been processed and is in the system, but permission to release the check is not being given. It's always late. So I would like to know who has to give permission for this check to be released, because Treasury cannot write a check unless somebody says, well, go ahead. No matter how many invoices they process and put in the system. So that's what I would like to know.
But that's why I can't understand the Prime Minister blaming the police when all the Prime Minister got to come out and declare.
Everybody. It's never his fault, Pastor Garfield. So nothing is not his fault.
Just say to the people, look, this is something that we're working on, and I have 3 months of invoices. Yeah. We'll authorize it immediately, get it paid, and we'll take care of the other issues. But all this back and forth is not us, it's them. I give you bulletproof jacket, and all this kind of story is not necessary.
That is modus operandi. And if he had done that, what you just said, he would have gained so much more mileage from that.
Yes, of course. He would have killed it right there.
Yes. But he's killing his own case.
Oh, my God. This is just
because I'm
ridiculous.
sure more documentations will come out. Maybe the 3 invoices that are waiting to be paid, they'll probably be published soon on Facebook, and we'll see the dates on them.
Yes. And once I get my hands on those, I will put it out, because this is ridiculous, and the Prime Minister needs to stop playing games with very important matters in the country.
And you're saying the bulletproof vest. Cameron Law was on another day on Newspen, and he said they came to an agreement. They will forfeit some risk allowance pay for bulletproof vests. That's what the government agreed on. But he said the representative from the ministry, a female person, who came to sign, she did not sign the MOU on the bulletproof vest, because it was agreed that all police officers will get their own vest.
Right, which is important.
He said the person did not sign, and she is not signing, obviously, from director from higher up. So right now, the last time Cameron Law was on Newspen talking about the bulletproof vest, he said the MOU has not been signed for all police officers to get the respective bulletproof vest.
Well, the Prime Minister said moments ago that he wants to let the police know that the vests are ordered already. And I remember him saying, well, he said we don't make vests in St. Lucia. We don't make vests in St. Lucia. We don't have the factory making all these nonsense stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he may have ordered, but according to Cameron Law, they have not signed the MOU. to say that every police officer is going to get one. There's an agreement, but the MOU has not been signed. I'm not saying he's truthful or lying or whatever. I'm just saying what he said. But I don't think as a police officer he would come on Newspen and say something like that without some kind of backing.
And my friend,
he said she didn't sign it.
Like, sister, what I'm saying is that Prime Minister complicates everything. Simple stuff complicates it. And when you ask the questions and when you start speculating, then they say, well, you're lying and all this kind of stories. Yeah. Just tell us the truth.
And you know, Patrick, what troubles me? How a certain portion of St. Lucians are just behind. It's like they have no conscience. It's like the human conscience is I don't know. It's shocking.
It is indeed. I mean,
the Bible did talk about in the latter days, but oh my gosh, it's shocking.
It is bad. I can tell you that right has become wrong and wrong is right, and everything is topsy-turvy, upside down, basically.
Look at Shelton Daniel guy. He has like no human conscience. All he can see is red. SLP red. Whatever SLP do, they fine. They're good as long as it's the party.
Well, the guy said that I am the one that needs to be stopped. I am the threat to St. Lucia. That's what he said. But he looked more of a threat to me, as far as I'm concerned.
He don't know you're protected by God.
Oh, my golly. Let him play around. He said that I'm the threat. I'm the threat. I might be the blessing, not the threat.
No, these people are dangerous for St. Lucia. We need to shut them up or make their voices less.
Yeah, well, not shut them up. We just need them to open their eyes, and there are times when they need to just remain quiet.
Maybe when I say shut them up, it sounds probably violent, but I don't mean. I mean,
yeah, it sounds bad. It sounds bad when you say that. You know, they will take it and say, "Oh, here is a UWP saying that we should shut up the SLPs." Like somebody said that I say that I'm reporting all SLPs because of their position. That person is such a religious.
Pastor Garfield, they have platforms and they're influencing vulnerable people
and themselves.
People of unstable minds. They're fanning the flames of hate in this country.
Yeah.
So when I'm sorry to say this, but when I say shut them up, that's what I mean. They are such negative influence to the vulnerable people.
Yeah. They have people hating people for nothing at all. Oh, you wasn't born there too?
Yeah,
you better be careful.
I wasn't born here, but I lived half of my life here, and I've never seen St. Lucia in the state it is right now. The anger and the hate that's going around, and the unstableness in the economy, it's sad. It's sad.
Look, the Labour Party going to say, here's another one. Here's another foreigner.
Well, I have my St. Lucian passport, so they could say what they want.
Listen to me. You are protected under the Constitution of the country. Don't worry with this guy talking garbage.
Every person will be like, I was saying, maybe when in your quiet moments, I know you're a very busy guy. Maybe you can, when you're driving, you could probably play back Newspen and listen to it sometimes.
Yeah, I will because my lunch schedule have changed, and I used to be able to listen to it, but then when it's on, I am in a classroom and I can't really.
I listen to everything, but a lot of times I listen to them at night. I listen to the Sunday Live, I listen to Newspen, I listen to you, I listen to all of them, but I listen to them at my convenience.
Yeah, of course, because you can always play back and everything else.
Yes, you can't play it when during the day, but when you have your free time, you do it. Yeah. Anyway, let me give somebody else a chance.
Thank you so much for calling. Yes. Thank you, my friend. Blessings. Yes.
Yes.
All right, that was the first time call, and we say, okay, so we have another call coming in here. Calling you on the Air Caribbean American News Media platform.
Welcome back.
Oh,
How are you?
I am back indeed. I am blessed, and
we've missed you. We've missed you.
You all did?
So I hope you.
Nobody said that to me.
Yeah.
I came back with the flu. I got the flu at the school. The kids are sick during this time. September, October, the kids are very sick.
Okay.
And they're all over you. They're all over you, so they spread everything.
Yeah, are you okay though?
I'm I'm hanging there. And then I
you
lost my
some-
uncle. I lost my uncle, I believe, on Saturday or
Oh.
Sunday. Yeah. Mhm.
My condolences. Your uncle here in St. Lucia?
No, in St. Vincent.
In St. Vincent. My condolences to you, Brother Garfield.
Thank you.
I wanted to visit you whilst you were in Barbados.
Oh, you
Just
wanted
kidding.
to? No, listen to me. I'm not even sure you would have gotten me because I was back and forth from one area to the other.
I would have found you. It's not too large, you know.
That's
It's not
okay.
so large. I can drive around it in a day, so I would have found you. Anyway, Brother Garfield, very good. As usual, you're on fire tonight. Great program. I'm glad you're speaking of the Police Welfare Association and insurances, the police insurance that apparently is almost lapsed due to the negligence of, and I say Philip J. Pierre, the negligence of Philip J. Pierre, that this insurance policy is almost lapsed. I just want to open the minds of people a little bit. I listened to Cameron Law and I listened to the Prime Minister and what he had to say as well. And the Prime Minister is, again, and people don't like us saying it, but he's lying to the nation. He is smoking mirrors, like he says. That's his favorite saying. So, flashing mirrors.
He needs to stop smoking mirror and start seeing reality.
Well, flashing mirrors. I'm saying smoking mirrors. Flashing mirrors. The smoke thing is in my head because of the fire of yesterday.
I'm telling you, he's really smoking mirrors. He needs to stop it. Whatever he's on, he needs to get off of it because this nonsense needs to stop.
You know, whatever these mirrors have in them, he needs to stop smoking them. But he's flashing mirrors again. He can find. Remember, I remind St. Lucia, and by extension, well, the entire world, that Prime Minister put a 2.5% levy on us for safety, health and security. Isn't security part of the police? Isn't the police part of the security for the island, or the bigger part of security for the island?
Well, the police is
I'm
security.
asking questions. Let me show you how
It's not
devious
Guardsman or
Philip
G4.
is.
G4, whatever. it is.
Exactly. It is Homeland Security. Homeland Security, which is our, which encompasses, our police and our police force. So this is how Philip J. Pierre can try to fool people, not realizing that, yes, we do have sharp minds in St. Lucia who know and who can see that what he's doing is absolutely wrong. And he's, again, telling lies to the people. Where is the 2.5% for security, Philip J. Pierre? Where is it? What have you done with that money?
Well, he said it's not enough. He said it's not generating enough money. The levy.
A compounded tax on goods and services. And I say services because my mind is just moving so fast. I say services because the service part does take on every part of the service that goes with that good. Takes another. It costs us another 2.5. Okay, so the money is being made. However, you are saying to me that if my life insurance is not paid for a few months, for a month, for 2 months, my insurance company will be calling me and saying, listen, or even the car or the house, they'll be calling and saying, listen, you've missed your payment. Your premium, your policy is going to lapse because you missed the premium. Okay? Something as important as our police We have people dying on the streets, being shot daily in this country, in all the communities in St. Lucia. Daily, people are dying like flies. Blood is running everywhere. And Mr. Pierre does not see, Philip J. Pierre does not see the importance of paying a premium for the police insurance, the premium for the police insurance policy. That is unacceptable. But then again, and I hate to say this, but who implemented that insurance policy? Which administration implemented the insurance policy for the police? Let's remind ourselves. The United Workers' Party. The United Workers' Party. Policemen, I hope you all are listening. I hope you all know what you all did in the last election was a big mistake. Because if the United Workers' Party was there, your premium would be paid on a monthly basis. Now, Mr. Law made a very, very good point when he said that there are more policemen. Remember all the recruits that Philip J. Pierre, the recruits that, the people, that he recruited for the police? Do you remember last year?
Yep.
Okay. So aren't these people policemen? And aren't they deserving of the life insurance?
Yeah.
Asking questions?
Yep.
Are they added to the list for that insurance to be calculated properly, for the premium to be paid to cover the entire force? Solutions. We have big events like Carnival, millions of dollars, jazz, millions of dollars, and countless other events in St. Lucia. Countless others. And when I say countless others, at intervals during the year, Journée Creole, this, that, and the other, all the fests that we see the government of St. Lucia putting the bill for. Doesn't the government of St. Lucia have overheads that they, and I use the word overheads, but payables every month? Shouldn't the police insurance premium be part of the payables on a monthly basis? What is Philip J. Pierre doing, and who does he think he's fooling with more lies and more lies and more lies? We need to wake up to this, We need to wake up to this. Up to day like today, we do not have a proper functioning hospital in this country. And I'm still going to talk about health no matter what, because the health of a nation is the wealth of the nation. Up to a day like today. You know what year we in? Brother Garfield, 2025. Do you know when Philip J. Pierre assumed his place as Prime Minister? July 2021. July 2021, we are in 2025. And we are still sitting here talking about the insurances for the police. We are still sitting here short of a proper health care in this country. We are still sitting here paying $16.50 per gallon of fuel when fuel on the world market is at its lowest. We are sitting here paying, the small packets of coffee, and maybe the medium size. I want to get this used to cost $6.99, I think, or $6.75. This is how many grams? 50 grams. 50 grams, or approximately 1.76 ounces. This costed me today $10.
Maybe you need to stop drinking it.
Last week it was $8. Oh well, I'll talk about something else. Let's move away from the coffee because you you told me not to drink it, so I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back to the store.
Get back your $10, man.
Six eggs cost $7.45 in St. Lucia.
Well, you should try Barbados. You should try Barbados for size to see the prices of food over there at Marcy. Anyway,
it has to be cheaper than St. Lucia. Everywhere else is cheaper than St. Lucia.
I have some other calls coming in, so you can wrap.
Yes, I wanted to just commend Mrs. Johnson for her bravery and all the people who helped her yesterday to turn out that fire and to save somebody's home. I want to commend her. If there are more like her in St. Lucia, this is what leaders do. Leaders would not say. Philip J. Pierre would have probably told us, I'm not a firefighter. Thank you, Brother Garfield. Have a good night.
Much. Yes, thank you for the welcome back too. So we have another call coming in. Let's try to pull it in. Yes, we just had a call coming in there. Okay, good. So I'm going to try to catch up on most of the calls that we're missing. Call you on the Air Caribbean American News Media platform. Hey, Mother Dearest.
Mother doesn't even have much of a voice.
What happened to your voice now?
Tonight.
You're there enjoying the flabo scenes all over the place.
I'm not enjoying it, working.
I know.
That's what we all have to do. We all have to work to get rid of this government. And those of us who can speak, who can reach the base, who can explain to the people, who can discern between the lies, we need to speak to our people. All of us are part of their campaign. All of us are agents. It is not just the exec of the party or the chairpersons. It's every single one of us. Each person tell a person, because this thing has become oppressive. And as your spiritual mom, you know that all my hackles went up when I heard those two unfortunate guys, and I call them unfortunate because that's what they are, unfortunate, to be able to open their mouth and speak about you in the manner in which they did. Archbishop, is your mother or father one of them a St. Lucian?
Yeah, no, it was my stepfather, not my mother.
Yes,
but I am. Listen to me. I am a St. Lucian. I am protected under the Constitution of that country.
Right, and you were brought up here.
Yes.
So I want to see how men who are supposed to be intelligent people, supposedly, and now these exclamation marks and those semicolons are really big. How can they open their mouth and say that they should stop you from coming to St. Lucia? That's a dangerous statement.
It is.
And people must hear this. Yeah. Interfering with people's constitutional rights and the right of democracy to try and stop people for political expediency. We need to stop this nonsense in this country.
Yep.
People are brought up as children, and a lot of St. Lucians, their children were not born on this country, and they brought them back here as babies.
Yep.
In my family alone, I have so many of them.
My God.
None of my children are. I am not, but there's so many. And yet we can tolerate this foolishness in the name of politics. The time must come when St. Lucians can discuss the issues surrounding politics in each party. The time must come when St. Lucians are intolerant of mipweed, insult, slander, the hurtful and dangerous things they say. Listen to what I was there. That's why my voice is gone. I was in this whole motorcade and I never saw the fire because I was way at the front with the music truck and the thing taking charge of the very the beginning of the motorcade.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Marcella is my sister-in-law. She was on the road walking. So and this motorcade was so long. So many people. People came with their own personal cars. We didn't pay people. We didn't invite people. And let me tell you something. Only 2 reps joined us. Joined Marcella. Guy Joseph and Rush Clark. Well, no, Kaka came too. But Kaka brought nobody with him. Rush had, we had from morning, we had a few people from Castries Central, a handful that came up to join with their own personal vehicles. No bus was paid by the reps for them. The reps don't even have money. They have to save their money for their campaign. And I don't even know. To me, I can't remember seeing any of Guy Joseph people there. I knew I saw some of Dominic's people there. One car of them. That whole, whether they like it or not, and they try to tell and lie to St. Lucians, that whole hundreds of cars and people you saw there were all from the Grosvenor constituency. 98% of them. Now, I don't care about numbers so much, Garfield, because it's at the polls on election day I want to see numbers. That's where it counts. That's where numbers matter. When people can come out to vote. That's why I say to our people, each of you are a campaign agent and a campaign manager. Share the news and get rid. Listen to the evil that these people are doing and get rid of them. The fire happened. Listen, even while I was reading the thing afterwards when I got home in the evening, and I'm seeing the comments was hurtful. I said, my God, have we degenerated in this country to that level?
Yeah.
To that level, asking for people to burn, for Marcella to burn because she burned her house. What is wrong with our people?
Shameful.
Why do have our people become so evil and wicked in the name of politics? And they think that will endear decent, right-thinking people and young people in this country. They think that we have become so debased as a nation that we like this kind of profane behavior.
Yep.
You think the girl would go, you can see the house burn somebody's property, and there was not just one part to this thing, like looking like a set of apartments. Go and burn the person. Marcella goes and sleep in a big house, a big mansion at Cap Estate in splendor, and the person is wet bed and wet, burned, smoke-filled furniture all over their house. What is wrong? I say shame, discuss, and everybody who know these people, they should be hiding their head and run. And when you see them, tell them, you're shameful and you're a disgrace. I don't want to be associated with you as a St. Lucian, because this is not St. Lucian. We are not like that.
No, not
there
at
is
all.
Politics, but
not at all.
There is politics, but we can't sink to that level. It is the time has come for us to move all the slander, all the mépris, all the body shaming, all the nastiness. And then they try to put it, you look at under any life Flabo has, and the insults you will see coming there. I take out your mother this and your father this and last volley and last this. It's SLP. You can never find the UWP. And what we are doing now is screenshotting them.
There's a
so
few
we will send an album
UWPs
to
that
the
practice
SLP.
that. There are very few. There are a few UWPs that practice
And
this nonsense.
When UWP do it, it's because they've had enough under their own lives, and they return it because this UWP has become an animal that don't tolerate nonsense. They will not.
The Bible
be
says,
stepped
"Render
upon.
not evil for evil, but render good for evil." I mean, we got.
Yeah, but the Bible tells you to be a head and not a tail. The Bible never told you to be a doormat to make people wipe their feet on you. If so, God would not send his people to slay their enemies. That is not. It's a different time we leave it in, and that's not the way. But I'm saying when our people do retaliate is when they can't take the slander from the SFPs are bullied and intimidated. They come under the UWP lives and they behave nasty and filthy. So much so that they were driving out UWP supporters from under the lives.
Because I
And
heard
we had to
I
tell
heard
them, "Don't do
actually,
that."
I heard a SLP surrogate said that I reported the police department to the U.S. Embassy because I'm trying to destroy St. Lucia. And that is dumb. That's the most stupidest statement that I've ever heard in the history of life on the whole. So somebody just gets up and you just go and report a police department because you feel like reporting, because you don't like the government, you report the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. And the problem is that they listen to your videos, but they come up with all different. It's something is definitely wrong with their reasoning, the mind, and I believe that the Bible says that some of them have this reprobate mind. They can't even discern or comprehend things. I reported surrogates that threatened my life. I reported them to the United States Embassy. And I will do it over and over and over. I'll keep doing it until they stop. You better believe it. Yeah.
Because they are coming and they're bullying people to frighten people out there. And we have said, and we send out the call to the Flubber Warriors, do not leave your lives. Do not run away from getting the information that is necessary for you to speak to the undecided, to speak to the people on the fence, to speak to the people who are not sure. You need to get the information from the lives. These people who are doing those lives put a lot of effort and energy and sacrifice into it. Do not allow the SLP hacks and surrogates to come there and they are insulting you. That's why we have said to our people, screenshot all this, the nastiness. We will send it every time the SFP open their mouth, because what they're doing, their people are coming to it. Our people don't go under their lives and insult them. They cannot find it. And if they can, we ask them to screenshot it. But when our people, yes, we will see some of our people responding, because we tell them, you cannot accept. I mean, I expect them not to, but they cannot take it because it's vicious. It's nasty. You should see those. I have seen it. They told me, don't you see what they're doing? So I've said to them, screenshot it. And we are going to make a whole album of it. And we will send it to the SLP every time they open their mouth. Tell them, look at what your people are doing. Hypocrites. We are used to your hypocrisy, your double standards. You are always saying is SLP, UWP surrogates that are in the insults and slander when your people are being paid to come under every single UWP life. The worst ones, Garfield, are under like it is.
Yeah.
Okay? So we must stop this. We must not be tolerant. We must not act like we're afraid. We must not take this attitude that we are Christians and therefore God never gave us a spirit of fear. He made us to be strong, bold warriors. Yeah. Deal with them when they come. Push them back because we are head and not tail. They're under our feet. We're not fighting in flesh and blood, but spiritual powers in high places. The SLP are evil demons, and we need to take them on exactly as they are. Everyone is a warrior. Everyone is a campaign manager. Every one of you flubbos, go out there and spread the news and expose the wickedness, the lies of this SLP, and let St. Lucia know that we will not have our country sink to that level in the name of politics. Garfield, if you look at my page, I took a picture of the UWPs meeting a whole set of SLPs on the motorcade. And if you saw that Marcella and the group of UWPs were hugging and holding the SLPs, I put that pictures. I made sure God made me see those pictures and took them. When we go out in the field, when I go out walking, I was in Viewfort with Lady Lee, and my goodness, the SLPs came out and they were cussing us.
Oh, they were?
From Thy Kingdom Come. Yeah, telling us all kinds of things. Then when I couldn't take it anymore, I walked up to them and I put my arms around the guy. I said, beat me up. Because I will hug you and love you as a person. You see, I have among these people that they're walking with me, they're Catholics, Anglicans, Methodists, Seventh-day Adventists, but I am a Pentecostal. And you think I will hate them in my own group because of their religion? It's the same way I cannot hate you, a St. Lucian like myself, because you have a different political view to me. So I walked up to them. Our guys were there, they were very worried for me because a whole gang of men and some kind of women, and I walked up to him and I put my arms around him and I said, kill me. Beat me if you want. In Jesus' name, I come to you in love. Because you're my brother, we have a different view, but I will not. If I have to be the sacrifice to bring St. Lucia to know that we cannot hate and continue this thing, we have young people watching us, to continue this slander and this wickedness in the name of politics. Let us be the difference and ignore the dirty lies of the SLP, because that's all they're good for. They're a wicked government and they need to go because they are the ones fueling and instigating the people. They bring the money, take the money. It is your money. 4 years, they did nothing. All of a sudden, they have all kinds of Christmas packages. They will give pensions. They will make permanent. They will do this. Why they didn't do it 4 years ago? When they will put them back in, they put the dictatorship back on you, and you suffer more. They call Alan Shastney a slave master. Who is a slave master when you keep giving you handouts instead of making you independent? Who is the real slave master? Garfield, I am the one to press my voice. I spoke enough over the weekend.
Yes.
And I'll continue speaking to reach out to my people, but I want to encourage my people to stay strong, fight, do not back down. Let them say we are pressing our people to fight, but we never told our people, go in their face and say, you lose. Okay? Stand up on them, use bazooka. We will not do this. They are just full of double standards. Remind them, post all their things. Keep on posting it and reminding St. Lucia of the evil, vindictive hypocrisy of the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Garfield.
Thank you so much, Doctor. That was Dr. Fletcher there. Folks, I have something to show you. The wickedness of the St. Lucia Labour Party. This one just came into me moments ago. This is a gentleman, a young boy, removing the flags, the United Workers' Party flags that was erected. I'm going to bring it live to you, and let's see. Let's see. Just bear with me, folks.
Lebanon.
That's what I'm talking about, folks. Labour New Year. We destroy the United Workers' Party flag. But then Harrison and the others come crying that people are taking down our things and we condemn it. And where are they? Where are they? To condemn these nastiness in our society. These people encourage all these things. Labour New Year. Labour New Year. And if you think this is a joke, I'm going to play it again for you. Joke. That's what we have in our society, of course. Now, before we leave, I have something I want to share with you from Kenson Casimir concerning Stevenson King and the roads or the road network. Stevenson King went to Grosley. He had his guys to put up a sign stating no right turn. But there's a kick to it, huh? Let me see if I can pull it up. Pull it up for you. And This is a report from DBS.
Would have been erected and says that he found out like everyone else. Casimir asserts that had he been privy to the information, he would have immediately informed his constituents during one of the meetings he held in the past 2 weeks.
The fact of the matter is, this junction does create a big problem as it pertains to traffic going northward and even in a southerly direction. But I mean, we need to ensure that people are actually aware so that they do not break the law. Because if this has been made law and somebody uses the road incorrectly, then they will be stopped. So for me, the course of action that should be taken is for it to be removed and for us to have a rigorous campaign, advertisements on television, radio, social media, which I love to do.
Would have been erected and says that he found out like everyone else. Casimir asserts that had he been privy to the information, he would have immediately informed his constituents during one of the meetings he held in the past 2 weeks.
The fact of the matter is, this junction does create a big problem as it pertains to traffic going northward and even in a southerly direction. But I mean, we need to ensure that people are actually aware so that they do not break the law. Because if this has been made law and somebody uses the road incorrectly, then they will be stopped. So for me, the course of action that should be taken is for it to be removed and for us to have a rigorous campaign, advertisements on television, radio, social media, which I love to do.
Would have been erected and says that he found out like everyone else.
Folks, you don't think this government is a clown show? You don't see this is a clown show? They put up a no right turn sign. You don't know which department put it. You don't know if it's a cow put it up. You don't know if it's the owner of the building put it up on the government highway. But just a red sign, a red and white sign, a no right turn. And the representative, who is in the very same government with Stephenson King, they meet every Monday. They meet in cabinet every Monday. King did not have the decency, Stephenson King, the decency to say to Mr. Casimir, the representative for Grosley, duly elected, that we're going to put up some signs, we're going to make some changes because of the traffic issue we're having. So we're going to restrict traffic in the area. Never told him. Casimir said he heard like anybody else. And King, remember, King sits with them in cabinet. We love King, yeah, we the blue wave, and I'm so comfortable with the Labour Party. I'm comfortable with them. You are so comfortable with them that you're not even talking to the rep. You're putting up a sign, not even the taxi drivers or the bus drivers you engage. You did not even engage the rep, the Labour Party rep. You're the blue wave. Instead of it, they give you the privilege of sitting with them, they're using you to jab at the UWP. That's all they're doing. They don't need you there. But you don't have even the common courtesy to inform the rep that there's going to be some changes and we will have to do consultation. We will have to speak to the citizens in the community. You just put that stupid sign that says nothing actually. Because you cannot take me to court if I make a right turn. One, who put up this sign? Is it the government, transport authority? Who put it up? A cow, a donkey? Who put it up? And I will challenge it in court. It's not a legal sign as far as I'm concerned. And that's what you've been having in your country and infrastructure. That's why we could not get the Millennium Highway done, you know. That's why the airport is on standstill, you know. That's how half of the infrastructure is in confusion in the country because of this man. And then he say, well, they bypassed me, and Guy Joseph took my position and was doing my work, and I'm the engineer, and the bypass the engineer. You bypass every nair, you bypass them. Even the rep you bypass. So this is, again, is a vindication for Alan Shastney that you, King, you're not good. You should not be in government. You should not be managing infrastructure. Somebody else should be doing it. Even Buddy Richard Frederick would have done a better job than you. Even Buddy would have done a better job than you. How do you put up a sign without even telling the man, Mr. Casimir, so at least he can inform the resident? And at the end of the day, Mr. King, he's the one. Casimir, I'm not supporting Casimir. Casimir is the one that gets the blame. He's the one that is under fire by residents. All because of you. Huh? All because of you. And then the man have to come on the scene to say he never knew about it, and you guys will have to take it down. That's what the rep said. You have to take it down, Mr. King. That's what he said. He said you got to take it down. He said it. Look at what is happening with the police and insurance. Very same thing. Nobody seems to be functioning together. There's no synergy in anything that is happening with you guys. Prime Minister never know. Though Casimir don't know. King didn't know. King never knew anything, by the way. Folks, I'm saying to you, you need a reset in your country. If you don't believe it, just watch and see. If you don't think you need a reset, mark my words, you will feel the need for the reset, but it might be too late. Too late for either you, your family, a relative, a friend. Too late. Then you would realize how dangerous some of these leaders are. Distracted by politicking for 4 years. And they wake up one morning to show that they're doing something, putting signs everywhere. They have a hospital building, guess what? Where I see there is cubicles for workers, a whole set of high voltage panel boxes all over your head with radiation and everything. As they will say, well, you know about radiation. With all those high power equipment you have hanging over the workers' head, them women sitting there all day, sitting there with this high power thing over their head. By the time they get home, all their hair fall off. And why? Because you guys like to whitewash things. You wasted your time campaigning. Now you want to pretend like you are doing things, and you're just doing things just like a chicken without a neck. How do you put up that sign there? How do you have those high voltage boxes over the cubicles where these young people and maybe elderly ones got to sit to work all day? And by the time they get home, as I said, they're pulling out their hair because it's dropping out. And then you come, we don't know what happened to Shasta. And by the way, Labour Party supporters will support this. They will defend it and support it, trust me. Right now, they're defending anything. They love everything. Nothing is going wrong right now. Everything is okay for them.
Would have been erected and says that he found out like everyone else. Casimir asserts that had he been privy to the information, he would have immediately informed his constituents during one of the meetings he held in the past 2 weeks.
The fact of the matter is, this junction does create a big problem as it pertains to traffic going northward and even in a southerly direction. But I mean, we need to ensure that people are actually aware so that they do not break the law. Because if this has been made law and somebody uses the road incorrectly, then they will be stopped. So for me, the course of action that should be taken is for it to be removed and for us to have a rigorous campaign, advertisements on television, radio, social media, which I love to do.
Would have been erected and says that he found out like everyone else. Casimir asserts that had he been privy to the information, he would have immediately informed his constituents during one of the meetings he held in the past 2 weeks.
The fact of the matter is, this junction does create a big problem as it pertains to traffic going northward and even in a southerly direction. But I mean, we need to ensure that people are actually...
Here we go, folks. Now, Elita says to me, Pastor Garfield, this is not your business. Tell them, see for themselves. No. No. If you love your country enough, my friend, you're not going to say that. Because one, it's an inconvenience to people. Two, what you need in your country is a well-oiled government. This is going to impact real people. And this type of politics should not be a game. This is about the inconvenience of the people. Some people are not even aware. Some people don't understand whether the sign is real, whether it's not, because it did not indicate anything about the authority of the sign. Who set up the sign? Who set it up? On a piece of plywood? Who set it up? Is it temporary? Is it going to be there long term? Huh? But look. Now I came across this before we closed. DSH, unproductive land, no public or CIP funds were used to build the horse racing track. No loss of revenue versus fully functional, profitable port. St. Lucia's asset mortgage revenue slashed from EC 21 million to EC 1.8 million GPH. I kind of like this because this is true. Now, the Labour Party will tell you, Shasney gave away our lands and to DSH and horses before hospital, and they spend all our monies. Up to now, I'm trying to find a proof where the government under Alan Shasney used government money to build horse racing track. I'm trying to figure that out. I wish somebody can send it to me. That's the truth. I wish somebody can send it to me on any one of my numbers where government funds were used to build a horse racing track, especially CIP money. I wish. But your GPH port is another fatal disaster for your country. Well, of course, they're going to find excuse. They love GPH. Of course, they love it. They love GPH. What can I say? Love is love for them. Well, folks, it was such a pleasure to be here with you tonight. I am going to go now. I look forward to now. I will try to break in at some point during the week, God's willing, once we have Mr. Law Cameron. I'm trying to get him hooked up. We tried tonight. He was a little delayed, but it's now 10 o'clock, so I'm going to go. Blessings to you. God bless you. We love you. Continue to share this platform. Continue to like and follow. And to our YouTube bloggers, thank you so much. Now, on Facebook, normally the live after a few months would disappear. But on YouTube, those lives are there constantly, so you never miss them. All right? So any of the programs that you're looking for on Caribbean American News, you can go over to our YouTube channel. All of them are documented there. for the past 4 to 5 years, all right? But Facebook limit us with what we can store on the platform, all right? So blessings to you folks, and keep me in your prayers. I keep you in your prayer. Remember, tomorrow morning at 7:15 or so, the national prayer line will be activated, and we're going to be praying again for the nation tomorrow, which we have been doing for the past month or so. Every day we are praying, friends. Remember, righteousness exalts the nation. Sin brings reproach and destruction to the nation. So go out there, folks, and be a blessing. Remember to love your neighbor as yourself, and do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. My friend Elita, God bless you and all of you. Dr. Fletcher and all of the host of you. Thank you so much. My friend Soto in Dennery, I didn't big you up, but thank you so much for being with us tonight. So long. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right.
American News Media, your Tuesday night power hour. Live every Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and GVV TV channel 115. Join your host, Garfield Olliver, as he dives deep into the latest inclusion developments, regional affairs, and global issues that matter to you. From politics to the economy, community stories to international headlines, we cover it